Hey guys, welcome. In this video we're going to take a look at the basics of making a simple application. Then we will install the application and then we will use it. Okay, so Kenka Visual Studio, let's make a new project here as always. Simple console application template. Open program.cs. Okay, so I will paste some code down below. So walk through the creation of the code. So you're going to write console.writeLine and then you're going to enter first value. So I'm writing this on the screen so that people will be able to enter values into the application. Step number one, we'll save that as files. You can say double data type here, and then first value equals, and then double dot parse, and then console.read line, close that with a semicolon. Okay, there you go. So that's that line. All right, and they're going to display another prompt. So console.write line, and now you're going to say enter second value. There you go. This application doesn't have much logic to it. It's basically two prompts, two inputs, and then an output. Okay, so double and then second value here equals, and you're going to say double dot parse and then console dot read line and close out with a semicolon. So this will read second value. Double is a data type, parse is a function basically, so it takes the input and converts it, tries to convert, it converts it into a double. Okay, a double data type, so it can be used in mathematical operations, for example. Okay, with that in place, let's print this at console.write line, and then you're going to say here the sum of your values is, and then we can say plus, and now you're going to say close that with a semicolon, and then here put the sum. So first, make sure you have a, there you go, so first value plus, and then you're going to say second value, close with a semicolon. Okay, so that will, read the two values, add them, and then concatenate that together with the sum of your values. Okay, so remember, from the inside to the outside, general logic. Alright, so now let's do another one, console.write line, and press any key to exit, like this. Okay, now let's do console.read and close with a semicolon. Let's delete this. There you go, so relatively easy. And let's go with read key. Remember, this is the one that reads a key, and then we'll close it for us. Okay, so once we have this in place, give it a build, make sure everything takes. Okay, now here if you want, you can start without debugging. Enter first value. Okay, let's take a look. 56, enter second value. And says the sum of the values is 422.56. So we can just increase that space and press any key to exit, press any key to continue. You see? There you go. Alright, so here, let's just put a space like that, okay? Now what we want to do is the following. You're going to go to build and publish, like this. And when you do yours, you should probably, change the name to something more meaningful for our purposes. It's quite sufficient. Okay, you can leave that. Specify the location to publish this application. You can leave that if you want. If I hit browse, see I have a folder on my desktop called my apps, so I'll use that. Click next, leave that. It's not going to check for updates. Click next, click finish. I give it a second, it's going to generate some stuff, and as you can see how it looks like a little certificate with a ribbon on it. Okay. Now the goal is to install this. It's set up. Okay, and it says name and then the location. Click install. There is our app running. Okay, there you go. Now I'm gonna click that off the screen, close this, and now I'm using Windows 8. We have tiles, so I click here and I scroll to the right, and as you can see, now I have a tile that says Simple Console Application 15. Click that, launch the app. So this confirms it's installed successfully. Put in a value like 45.65, another value, and it says the sum of your values is that. Press any key to exit. App exits. Magnificent. So now, if you come here and you type Control Panel, of course, I'm using Windows 8. Alright, so here there are a lot of options depending on the view that you take. If you go by category and you go to programs and install a program or something very similar, I'm sure, in your system. Windows, some of the features of Windows have not changed in many years. Okay, so give this a second to repopulate this list, or populate it. This process can be a little time consuming, especially if you have a lot of stuff installed as I do. As you can see, I have a huge number of things. But the cool thing to note is, as you see, it says Simple Console Application 15. The publisher is Toshiba. They made my computer. There's the date of installation, and then there's the version 1.000. Okay? So if you right click here and you go uninstall change, okay, remove the application from this computer, click OK. And it's gone. And now let's take a look. Let me close the control panel here. And if you go back to here and go to the right, as you can see, there's no longer a little tile called Console Application 15. So this confirms the fact that the installation has been successful. And that's it. So thanks very much. Please make sure you can, to some extent repeat this procedure. Perhaps send this application to a friend, see whether he or she can install it on his or her computer, and so on. So thanks very much, and I will see you in another video.